Good evening and welcome to A Hitchhiker's Guide to the Verse. I'm Sean and this is the Anvil Legionnaire Video 2 Electric Boogaloo. I've had some sleep and had a look at, spent a bit more time looking around the Anvil Legionnaire's model to try and get a bit more information and discern a bit more from what we can see. There's a lot of things I missed in yesterday's video and a lot of things that I've noticed speaking on Discord to various people that other people have missed, so I thought I'd do another quick video and just go over those things. I want to very quickly kill a frequent comment that I've seen, and that's from people looking at these things that I've just highlighted in red. People thinking that those are missiles. They're not missiles. These are actually greeballs. Now, the reason I'm confident in saying that is, whilst we will occasionally see missile launchers on a hollow viewer model, we never actually see missiles. So I'm fairly confident in saying that these aren't missiles. They're just there for rule of cool. 3ds max please unfreeze. There we go. So that's that out of the way. Next I'm going to quickly go over maneuverability whoa, hey, there we go. I'm back. Proposed maneuverability. So obviously we have the thrusters taken. I believe these are going to be from the Valk rather than the Terrapin, although they may just be sort of in between the two. So we know it's going to have pretty good maneuverability overall in terms of VTOL. MAV thruster wise, we have 6 fixed thrusters on each side. So we've got 1, 2, 3 here at the front, and we have another 1, 2, and 3 at the rear, and then obviously it's mirrored on the other side. Back here, we have an engine that looks like it's been taken straight off of the Arrow. And yeah, obviously retro thrusters, although those could be the retro thrusters and those are the intakes. That's about everything from the outside. So let's start looking at a bit more of the detail. First of all, as you can see, I've given the cockpit glass. Now, when I did that, I was a bit more confident in this, that the cockpit does in fact have an armoured shield. So the cockpit is going to be protected if you ram into something, and I'm going to come on to that shortly. This also led me to realise, if I remove the rear door here, you can see what is supposed to be where you walk, where you are in the ship. Now, it's very difficult for me to show on video, but I can line it up just right. You'll see those 2 boxes are different levels, which means this ship is going to be over 2 levels, much like the Valkyrie. Now, upon realising that, I thought, well, okay, why is the cockpit higher up? And so, if I remove that. Now, for those of you who own a Hammerhead or a 890 Jump, you know exactly what you're looking at. For those who don't, that is a Capital Class docking collar. It's the same as the Hammerhead uses, 890, Javelin, Idris, etc. All the big ships use it. It's what the docking ports on stations use. Now, does this mean that you're going to be docking at space stations when you land? Probably not. This, I suspect, is all about its boarding capabilities. It is supposed to be able to, I would assume using these little bumper thingies here, get up against a ship, dock with it forcefully, and you break your way into that ship. As an example, if you were doing a bounty mission against a Hammerhead, you could take this ship, get right up to the Hammerhead's nose, dock with it forcefully, and then break in, which is actually a very fun way of doing the Hammerhead bounties, by the way. Obviously not with this just yet. That then, so I spent a little bit more time looking around other things. If I just put that back over, you'll see there is actually a folding mechanism there, just along here, that enables it to do that. I then started looking at this mechanism here. Now, this mechanism, this folds. Now, unfortunately, it's impossible for me to tell how it's supposed to fold at the moment, but I am fairly confident that this is just going to come down, and yeah, it's going to be your landing gear, right? Which, again, leaves me fairly confident that this is your rear landing gear. Everywhere I've looked, I have still not found a single weapon hardpoint. Nowhere on this vehicle have I found a weapon hardpoint, which is leaving me fairly confident in my assertion yesterday that this ship is not going to have anything in the way of of weapons. There is also, I forgot to mention, this, I believe, is a utility mount. Now, utility mounts are most commonly used for tractor beams, so it is possible that that utility mount is going to be for tractor beams. Now, I just want to very quickly go over what the in-game text for the ship was. Let's find it, which was that when operation calls for a hostile takeover of an enemy vehicle or station, the Anvil Legionnaire is ready to report for duty with 8 drop seats, versatile docking options, and an advanced security infiltration system. Even the most difficult of boarding actions is feasible. So what does this tell us? Well, it tells us that, for a start, it's got 8 drop seats. 8 drop ships? 8 drop seats. Which we already know. Versatile docking options. Now that explains the capital docking port, and it kind of reinforces my idea from yesterday that this is in fact a docking port on the top. Advanced security infiltration system. Now that's interesting. The reason that's interesting, I did pin a comment in the last video about this, is what if this ship has E-war capability? What if this ship doesn't need weapons? Because what it does is it shuts down the enemy ship first so that they can't fight back. That could be really, really interesting and something that I find genuinely intriguing, especially as someone who is mostly invested in bounty hunting gameplay. Yeah, that covers, I think, everything that I missed yesterday. You have any thoughts down below? Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all next time.